I'm going to tell you why Charvarius Ward is the most underrated player heading into 49ers training camp. Now, when you look at the entire list of players heading into this training camp for the San Francisco 40, there's a lot of guys. You could pick a bunch of different players to quote unquote call underrated, right? Heading into this training camp. But I really don't think Charvarius Ward gets enough credit for what he did for the San Francisco 49ers last year. If you go back to his coverage grades, he ranked 15th in the NFL with a 76.6 coverage grade. Now, the coverage grade doesn't tell the whole story. If you look at his run defense grades, Charvarius Ward had a 91 grade, which would have him ranked third in the NFL. Charvarius Ward had a phenomenal season for the San Francisco 49ers last year as their cornerback one, and he will be able to build upon that in year two. What's going to be interesting to see is how Steve Wilks' scheme matches up with Charvarius Ward's skill set. But I don't think Charvarius Ward is talked about enough, and that's why I have him identified as the most underappreciated, most underrated player heading into the 49ers training camp because to me, he is a solidified star, but he isn't discussed as such. You look at all the rankings across the league, you'll likely find him outside the top 10. He deserves to be in that category. And I really do believe with a full year in the 49ers system, in that culture, he will be able to take another step forward. And again, I pointed to Steve Wilks already. I believe Steve Wilks will be able to add more to the tool bag of Charvarius Ward. And you'll also be able to see what he could do in coverage with an even more impactful group up front. You look at the 49ers defensive line, you look at the addition of Javon Hargrave and how much additional pressure that's going to put on opposing offensive linemen. It's also going to put a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks to get the ball out faster. And if they don't, you might see more errant passes. And what for me is going to be the differentiating factor for Charvarius Ward to be discussed as one of the top 5 cornerbacks in the NFL. He's not there yet quite in regards to perception, I would say, but he has the skill set and he has the ability. And the biggest thing that will change that conversation will be turnovers. And if this defensive line can get after the quarterback, create consistent pressure, and force quarterbacks to get that ball out sooner, that is going to make more opportunity for guys like Charvarius Ward to come away with more interceptions, more game-changing turnovers, and things like that. I really do think Ward has an opportunity to light up this camp. We know that him and Brandon Ayuk had phenomenal battles last year, and I do think they will continue to grow and expand. And Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, will also be able to push Ward to become the best version of himself. I don't think Ward is talked about enough, but I really do believe Ward will be one of the top players on the NFL's entire stacked roster in 2023. Let me know what you think. Do you think Charvarius Ward is underrated, underappreciated? Do you think he has enough a ranking within the 49ers community? I really look at this kind of like a global standpoint. I really do think Charvarius Ward isn't talked about enough. I think that's part of the reason why I have him here. And again, he's not talked about a lot in the 49ers community. I think the 49ers community knows how good he is, but he isn't talked enough about how good he is. And I really do think he deserves a lot of credit heading into this training camp. I think he's going to take steps further in coverage. I think he's going to continue to be dominant in run defense. He is a complete corner, and he is the 49ers cornerback one. Obviously, you have Deommodore Lenoir, likely Isaiah Oliver in the nickel. Charvarius Ward has an opportunity to really solidify himself in the NFL as a top corner. And again, it's a team game. So you do need your front seven to provide pressure, to allow you to have time to recover, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's going to be a full complement to Charvarius Ward's game this season. I'm really looking forward to it. What do you think Charvarius Ward is going to do next year? My bold take. Now, listen, it's bold. It's really bold. But I do think that if Charvarius Ward's coming down with 8, 9, 10 interceptions, we are going to be talking about Charvarius Ward as potentially the best cornerback in the NFL. He has that potential. Does he meet that potential? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below how many interceptions you think Charvarius Ward will have next season, and do you think he could take that jump into that elite tier of cornerbacks in the NFL? Again, a lot of 49er fans that didn't even know who Charvarius Ward was coming from the Chiefs. We know who he is now, and now that he has a year under his belt, can he build even more atop that? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.